Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is July 9th, 2025 with Brother Phil, Brother Amir. We wake up everybody. Brother Phil, we've been gone for a week. Man, a lot of things have changed, man. You look at the climate, what's happening, they talk about what happened in Texas. They're not telling folks what happened in North Carolina, the Raleigh area, got flooded out. A lot of people lost their lives. They're not telling you about what happened in Mexico City, same type of, flooding. I truly believe, man, they tampering with this rain because the things that are happening, are just we've never seen before. I mean, and it's just in a split second. They said in Texas there was 30 feet worth of water in less than 30 minutes. You know what I mean? There was no way those folks could have made it out of there. You know what I mean? Which is devastating, but I still believe this. Mother Nature's in control of all things. You know, we put a lot of emphasis on what other people do, say, and want, but at the end of the day, it's just being in tune with Mother Nature. I think that's so very important for us as the human race. The ones that are not, and they're stuck on la la land and believe in these rituals and deities and things of that nature, they ain't a world of trouble.
I think, man, a lot of stuff we're seeing is distractions too.
Yeah.
Of course, we can say whatever we like. And they got us going in 10 different directions at one time. So no human can focus on 10 things at once and suck it all up.
That's right.
So the key is read the tea leaves and try to, think for the future. What I see happening that we hadn't spoken about in a minute, man, is this monetary system is making changes. So behind the scenes, with a lot of stuff going on, we spoke about BRICS in a minute.
That's right.
Right. So I think there's a realignment of other countries that are tired of taking a back seat to this country. That's what I see. Once they can relieve themselves of our monetary system, that means that everybody will literally have a seat at the world table. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. That chokehold is getting looser and looser that the United States has had on all the other countries, that have to use the U.S. currency. But, we'll get into that. We got something that I'm drinking this week. It's a tea. Rubio's Red Tea. Rubio's Red Tea. It has a nice flavor, very nice flavor, but the benefits are outstanding. We always talk, we talked the last time about our Mineral Plus new product, giving the body plenty of minerals. This particular tea is high in minerals: A, K, C, D, E, B6, B12, magnesium. I watched the seminar this past weekend, and the gentleman was a traditional doctor.
Okay.
And I was shocked, what he was talking about. And he was talking about the body being mineral deficient, and he said 76% of a study of over 11,000 patients were mineral deficient that had come down with dementia and Alzheimer's. And the number one mineral was B12. B12 was the number one mineral for their study over the last 7 years of patients coming down with Alzheimer's and dementia. This particular tea not just gives the body replenish the body with minerals. It's good to prevent heart disease, strokes, reduces your risk of cancer, slows down the aging process, improves your any type of morning sickness that you may have, headaches. It lowers your cholesterol level, oxidative stress, manages your blood glucose levels, improves your overall digestive, strengthens your bone, and it's a weight management. And again, it's high in minerals. So this is what I've been drinking all week. Every week we try to drink a different tea, just to see how these tastes are, because I haven't drunken them all, but I'm close to drinking over 70 different teas this year. So this is a real nice tea to have. Has a real nice flavor. I also brung today because the last couple of events that we've been doing, we've had a influx of people asking about, you know, what does fluoride do for the teeth? And fluoride also has a study of folks coming down, high levels of fluoride coming down with dementia, Alzheimer's. So I brought in our newest toothpaste. We have over 11 different flavors, but this one is the black elderberry toothpaste. And all of the non-fluoride toothpaste that we carry all have multiple ingredients in them, which is really nice. So that one has a real nice flavor to it. And on the side it has the different ingredients in it. What's that? We got black elderberry, we got organic bobar, we have grapefruit, organic grapefruit, we got organic cardamom, and we got vitamin C outside of the elderberry, which again has a really nice flavor. This is what I'm using. I'm using this one as well. I'm using this one currently.
I'm going to try that one.
This is black elderberry toothpaste. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to get away from non-fluoride toothpaste as fast as possible, as well as the same thing with our soaps. You want to do away with any of the soaps that have any kind of chemicals, these white chemicals in the soaps, as well as our deodorant. If you have deodorant that has aluminum in it, that's one of the main culprits for coming down with cancer, especially our women underneath the breast, the lympho. Putting that aluminum deodorant has caused a lot of women to come down with cancer. We also offer a non-aluminum deodorant as well. I think we shared that in one of our previous episodes. All our products can be found on www.goldenmoringa.usa, www.goldenleafteas.com as well. No events this month, man. We took the month off just to recharge, decompress, and then in in August, September, October, we have 12 events coming up.
Okay.
Hopefully we're gonna get triple double at least two of the events this year.
Yeah, we coming, brother. It's time.
So folks can get a chance to meet the founder, see what your mission is, and start with the camps.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
So, like I said, so with the different festivals, the ones you're going to be doing, and you said what? You're not doing this month, July, so August,
September,
October. What's the biggest one that you're looking forward to? The ones coming up.
I would probably, there's a couple. We have the Peachtree Corner. That's 2 days. That's probably maybe 100,000 in that general area. So you got Johns Creek, Peachtree Corners, Duluth, Lawrenceville, North Cross. So, and they've been doing it for quite some years. The Pan-African Festival up in Swanee. I think you and your wife attended last year. That's really big. That's a one-day event. The Decatur Pan-African Festival that you attended, that's they block off the streets of downtown Decatur. That's a really big festival. The Collard Green Festival, you have every festival that I'm doing, you already have attended.
Yeah, trying to get, like I said, the people listening, because I know a lot of people that if you're living in Atlanta for years until I met you. The one I was familiar with was the Auburn Fest. I don't hear about that one too much.
Yeah, they still have it, but they don't have it on Auburn Avenue. They have it on the back streets.
Okay.
And the price of the event is so high that it's not the same.
Yeah.
Once you start to increase your price, and the vendors that don't make a profit, they normally don't come back.
Yeah.
Whereas the events that we're currently signed up for, the prices haven't increased. There's one event that we do in Lilburn. They've been doing it now. This will be the 26th year, and they've had the same price for the last 10 years that I know of. You
That
know,
must mean that festival organizers, if they're holding something annually at the same location, that means between them and the entity, there's been no change. So they're not, because I don't even know where people continue to escalate the prices when you're utilizing the public space, so to speak. Right? My limo, I think free.
Yeah.
And some type of permit you have to pull. Right? But other than that, so them increases in prices are probably why some of these festivals end up not coming back. Right?
I'm not gonna mention the name, but we're doing a festival next month. The previous years was $75, one day, $75. So I would have two tents. I just put in my application. They went from 75 to $200 in the same location. No, nothing, no different. 75 to 200.
So you're not getting anything other than the same thing.
The same thing.
And you're saying they increased that thing by whatever that percentage is.
$125.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? So when I put in my application, they said, Amir, you're not doing 2 tents this year? I said, no. And they asked me why. I said, well, your increase, you went from 75 to 100 to $200. I mean, justify what we're getting for the difference.
Yeah.
They said, well, this is what their response was. Well, I look at what other events organizers are doing with other events. They went up, so we decided to go up.
So
I said, I understand.
If that's the answer they gave you. Really, there was no reason to increase it other than I see somebody else get more money. I want more money.
So to make a long story short, I'm doing 1 tent, and this will be my last year.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean that. And it's a distance from the house.
Okay.
So, like I said, there are enough events in the Atlanta, in Gwinnett County, where I live, that I don't have to travel outside of the Gwinnett County area to have multiple. You know that because you've been to all the events. You know, to have events during the spring and summer and early fall months. So, but like, follow, save. Till next time, peace.